I gotta go get a.
Rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I'd like to remind everybody of our district vision mission statement, which is promoting lifelong learning through real world experiences. Please call the roll and establish a quorum.
Deputy absent. Fields. Here. Silva. Here. Fisher.
Here.
And McConnell.
Here. Can I get approval of the agenda?
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda. I'll second that motion.
Motion by Monty, second by Michelle for the agenda. Call the roll.
Fisher.
Here. Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
Silva.
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye. Item 6, closed session.
I move that we hold a closed session as provided in Iowa Code 21.51E of the Open Meetings Law to conduct a hearing to determine whether to suspend or expel a student. I second the motion.
I have a motion from Michelle, seconded by Bonnie. Please call the roll.
Fisher.
Aye.
Silva.
Aye.
Fields.
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye. We're going to vote on the round 16. Right. We should scramble up and out.
We first need to know that we're ready to go again.
I'm participating.
Oh, okay. They'll have to.
I'm here.
Are we live anymore?
Yeah, it's unmuted.
Okay.
Brent, I'm here too.
There you go then.
Yeah.
Okay, back from our closed session. Thanks, Steve. An action for our closed session time.
As per board policy 502.6, I make a motion to expel the student who was the subject of the closed session from the Greene County Schools for a period of 1 year.
I'll second the motion.
Motion by Michelle, seconded by Bonnie. Please call roll.
Fisher,
I'm going to abstain since I wasn't at the closed session.
Silva,
Aye.
Fields,
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye. Okay. Moving on to open forum. Does anybody have anything they'd like to talk about at open forum? Okay, looks like we're good. Consent items. We have a motion for consent items or any discussion.
Real resignations, okay. I would move to approve the consent items as presented.
I'll second that motion.
Motion by Michelle, second by Bonnie to approve the consent items. All vote.
Fisher,
Aye.
Silva,
Aye.
Fields,
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye. All right, moving on to old business. Item A, second reading of revised board policy 409.4, certified employee substitute teachers.
Again, this policy would begin once somebody was substitute for 10 days, they'd be paid at a higher rate. Right now it's 15 days.
I make a motion.
Yeah.
I make a motion to approve the revised board policy 409.4.
I will second that motion.
A motion by Bonnie, seconded by Michelle to approve the reading of board policy 409.4. Please call the vote.
Fisher,
Aye.
Fields,
Aye.
Silva,
Aye.
McConnell.
Aye. Item B, old business student construction program.
We talked to several people between the last meeting and then this meeting to see whether they were interested in, maybe make a decision on the house and moving forward with that. We did not. We had some interest, but nobody that was willing to commit. I struggled mightily with building a $300,000 plus house, which based on what we have in that account right now would put us about $150,000 in the hole. And I've talked to Kirk Davis about that as well. And I think he's of the same opinion. We've talked about storage shed that we need at the high school. I'd recommend that, it doesn't need to be in here, but, moving forward with something of that nature that, it'd be nice to have a bathroom and an office. There could be a variety of experiences. Wouldn't be the exact same as a house, but I'd recommend going that direction because it's hard for me to say that we should commit to something over 300,000 when don't have a buyer lined up and don't know what the economy is going to do.
Might be different if material wasn't high and interest rates quite a bit higher than what they used to be. So is that just talked about, or do we have to have a meeting?
I don't think you have to make a
Yeah, I
motion.
don't think you need to.
All
So
right.
we'll just redirect him towards a smaller scale.
Correct.
Okay.
Something that we need as a district, so we're still doing something.
All right, reports and correspondence, board committee reports.
I have none. I have none.
That was easy. Administrator reports.
Mr. Johnson?
Well, not much to report.
You're done.
Tim told me I had to keep it short and sweet tonight, and I guess, it's bittersweet. My last board meeting as principal. I'll be finishing up on Friday of this week with my official duties. Told Tim that, he said, "Oh, so you're unofficially going to be in the office for the rest of the month." So no, but I'd like to thank everybody. It's been a great experience. Students, the families, community, everybody, the board has been great to work with. And like I told people, I won't necessarily miss some parts of the job, but I'll miss the everyday interaction with the people. So, thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Mr. Phillips?
I don't have anything to report.
You don't have anything to report. Mrs. Sandberg?
Coltrane requested short, so
We'll see Monday.
doing some end of the year reports. Emily Gannon and I are working on those, trying to get things filed with the state before the end of the year, June 30th. So just working on that.
Is there anybody online?
I don't think so.
Mr. Gersman?
So Joseph and I put security cameras in the bus barn. Those are closed circuit units, but they're nice security cameras. We had some antiquated equipment. Didn't spend a lot of money. It was like $2,000, but they're nice cameras. Chelsea Sanderson has been provisioning our new Chromebooks. We've got 350 that are going to be distributed next year. So we're waiting on student rosters basically so that we can figure out who we're giving them to. So thank you, Chelsea, for her hard work on that. It's been hot out there, but she's doing really well. We're working on new staff. We got them coming July 8th. It's an optional day, but we'll be training them and providing them the Chromebooks and login credentials and things of that nature that day. So we got the elementary security camera coming up in the elementary, obviously, July 6th, and then the video board on the football field is June 27th. I'll keep it short. So I started working here June of 2019. A lot of stuff went on from when I started to now. High school construction, middle school construction, pandemic, ESSER funds. And so it's been stressful. But through that whole process, I've gotten nothing but support from Tim. And so I wanted to very publicly say thank you to Tim for your leadership, your support, your sense of humor, your wisdom. I could go on. But anyway, I just very genuinely want to say thanks for all you do. And I miss you. But I'm sure you'll be watching us in live streams. So keep in touch.
As far as you know.
Anyway, so thanks again.
Thank you. Do you want to share anything in your new position, or are you just hanging out?
No, I haven't really got much started. I'm trying to finish up schedule for middle school. When I started as the counselor at the middle school, Sean, I didn't know what Mr. Sanders did for the scheduling for the 2 years I was getting my master's. And so I told him that was kind of a gradual release, and I was trained by a group for 3 days. Jill Lamore and I went to that 3-day training and really got me familiar with Infinite Campus. So when I took the job as the math coach, I told Mr. Sanders that I would do the schedule one more time for him, since he offered me that at the beginning of my stint as counselor. It's a big job, and I'm still working on it. I finished it, one section of it about 10 o'clock last night, and so no, I haven't started on the math journey yet. I'm just trying to get my counseling stuff finished. But yeah, I've met with Audrey a couple times, and looking forward to that venture. So you'll hear more from me later.
We'll be seeing you monthly.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Any other reports or correspondence?
So, could have had the thank yous there. It's probably the other
Oh, yeah, there's lots of thank yous from students and that receive scholarships.
New business, school permit requests.
All right, I should have warned you guys so you could prepare that hour. We were gone. So Tegan, Brock, and Nathan, you guys are all here. Are there any other ones that I'm missing? Okay. So I am going to ask you just why you need a school permit. So just kind of off the cuff, if you just want to tell us why you need one, we'll start with Tegan. So that's you. So why do you need a school permit?
My name's Steve. And I need a school permit because I live a mile away from school, and I have baseball, basketball, football at 6 o'clock in the morning. I don't really want to wake her up every single day to take me there and then pick me up and take me to my other practice that I have right after that. So, yeah.
Okay, thank you. All right, Brock.
My name is Brock Strand, and I live 15 minutes away, and I have football practice to go to at 6, basketball to go at 6, and then right after that I have to go to baseball, and I don't want to wake her up either.
Smart man. All right, how about you, Nathan?
I live 3 miles away from the school, and I play, or I'm gonna do baseball, basketball, golf, and soccer, and then there's early morning practices.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, glad you guys are involved in so much stuff. I'm just going to read a few highlights of kind of the major things that get broken by kids and things you guys need to know. You guys are so responsible to go uptown to the courthouse and get it all lined up legally, but we just kind of want to point out some main things. A lot of the kids that we've already approved, I've already seen kind of breaking the rules. So I'm going to get firmer here and be real mean. But I talked to Mark Klaus and Mark Walterman, and I said, what is the consequence? And they're like, it's 6 months at least extra that you have to wait to get your license. So real freedom just gets further away when you get caught. And kids tattle on each other more than you think. So I'm going to point out a few ones, and then you guys just can come up and get it signed. That way you guys can take off. So you're not allowed to drive between 10 p.m. and 5 a.m. So if you know you have to be somewhere early or the bus is getting home real late, try to line that up. You have to go from home to school, and it's got to be school-sponsored events. I tell every kid every time TPing is not a sponsored event, so don't do it. It doesn't count. And they must be in your school district that you're enrolled in. So you can stop for fuel, but it's got to be on the way, so don't go out of the way to get to your favorite food at a gas station. When you're driving without an adult, you can only carry one student that's not a direct family member from your house, so you can't have a carpool full of friends. So when you see that, when I see that, we know that that's not the right thing to do.
With that.
Yeah.
That means you can't stop and pick them up.
That's true
They
too.
have
They
to
can be at
start
your
it.
house and they can hop in, but you can't get them on the way. So, okay, if they want to walk to your house first and then you ride that one of them, that's okay. Don't use your cell phone. You don't need GPS, right? You know where you're going, so put it in the back seat. Don't use it. Don't think about it. Put it on driving mode, any of those. If you have a violation, it gets 6-month period. You have to have a clean driving record and you got to start all over. And then you need to, like I said, take care of all of that uptown. So you guys have any questions for any of us? Okay, cool. If you don't have a form, do we have extra forms again?
They have all.
They all got them? Okay, if you need anything signed, Tim, do you want to sign it for your last little hoorah?
Sure.
Okay, Tim will sign your form for you. Thank you guys for waiting for us.
And your name should be at the top of that.
And thank your parents for waiting for an hour too.
So we haven't made a motion to approve these yet. And
Oh,
he's signing them.
I will make a motion to approve the 3 as presented.
I will second that motion.
Oh,
Motion by Bonnie, second by Michelle for the minutes. Oh, thank you.
Fisher,
Aye.
Fields,
Aye.
Silva,
aye.
McConnell.
All right.
Oh, lucky. Almost voted no on that last one. If you guys want to go, so feel free to.
Thank you for your interest.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Thank you. Well, hopefully my truck's there, so I'll be done.
All right, item B, Assistant FFA Advisor.
Raylene Harris spoke with me earlier this spring about potentially an assistant FFA advisor position. You know, they're working with, I don't even know how many, 50, 60 kids, you know, throughout the year. And to me, it's pretty similar to, you know, the coaching positions we have. You know, we had an assistant at some point in time. So I asked her to do a little research. I did a little research, and I'm recommending that we create an assistant FFA advisor position. Pay would be equivalent to an assistant coach in a sport. It's 8 units, about $4,800 is rough. But they would help throughout the year with, you know, they listen to speeches and work with that, you know, maybe, you know, help drive the contest. So there's plenty of work for them to do. But I'd recommend creating that position and advertising for it.
I have two girls that are in FFA and they Ms. Harris has reached out to parents to help chaperone things. She's there all hours. She's kind of crazy busy. So I would like to make a motion that we, which one are we on here? Hire for an assistant FFA advisor.
At 8 units.
At 8 units.
I will second that motion.
I have a motion from Michelle, second by Bonnie, to have a position of an assistant FFA advisor. Please call the vote.
Fisher,
Aye.
Sobah,
Aye.
Fields,
Aye.
McConnell.
In fact, the raise the other board member can make, you can apply for that.
There you go, Michelle.
Banking and insurance services.
This was interesting.
So we were approached by Heartland Bank about the possibility of them getting some of our business. And so I kind of gave you the information about where we started when I was first here and where we're at now. I did contact both Homestay and Peoples. We get a lot of services free from them. Made sure they are still going to provide those free. Made sure Heartland would also provide those free. And I guess I don't want to get too wild and crazy right away, but I would recommend moving just the Pebble Fund to Heartland Bank starting next fiscal year. So sometime in July. I mean, I'd started in July 1, but, it'll take a while to get, because it's taxes quarterly and all that stuff, so. Oh, actually, I wasn't gonna recommend Pebble, I was gonna recommend management. Wasn't I?
I was trying to
Why didn't you say that?
Well, I was trying to find a page.
No, it's management fund that I wanna move, because there isn't quite as much activity in that, and I guess I kinda wanna test the waters first, and so, yeah, management fund is what I would like to move to Heartland Bank.
It wasn't an immediate motion.
I was kind of sitting on here waiting for a second. Not that I knew that, but I thought all the things that they were offering were perfect. I mean, it was very accommodating.
And I have no complaints
So they are.
Oh, I
about
know you don't.
Homestay or Peoples, either one, they're great to work with. But Heartland Bank is here and they do support the school, so.
Right.
Well, I will make a motion that we move the management fund over to Heartland Bank.
Make any seconds, or does he prefer?
You can.
Steve, if you want to second anything, you can.
I'll second that. Yeah, that'd be fine.
Second better motion.
We have a motion by Bonnie, seconded by Steve, to move the management fund of our banking to Heartland Bank. We have a vote.
Fields,
Aye.
Fisher.
Was it management or Pepple?
It's management. I did say Pebble, but I didn't mean to. I meant to say management.
Okay. Yeah, I vote for that.
Silva.
Aye.
McConnell.
So you didn't even know he was second. That's why he's not here.
And you want to talk about insurance?
Insurance services, again, EMC is the insurance carrier we have, and there's different insurance agents can oversee that EMC policy. It's the same policy. And Brenda kind of put our RFPs, I guess, with the agents in town. We still feel comfortable leaving that with under insurance, and that would be our recommendation, that we continue with under insurance at this point in time.
He's given us no reason to not.
At this point, do you need a motion to continue that?
Is this something you look at every year?
No.
Or just
No, it's
when-
probably
It
been
is, we had,
5 years maybe.
when another agent approaches you?
yes,
then
they
you-
expressed
okay.
interest, yes.
Okay.
And I was glad to see her do that. She can do that again maybe someday.
Anything on that, or just move on?
We need a motion.
for that?
Yeah.
I make a motion to continue our insurance with Unger Insurance.
I will second that. Giving others opportunity.
Okay, motion by Michelle, second by Bonnie to keep our insurance with Unger. Have a vote.
Fisher,
Aye.
Silva,
Aye.
Fields,
Aye.
McConnell.
Item D, sharing agreement with Prairie Lakes for media specialist, teacher, librarian services.
Jenny Fisher resigned earlier this year, our media specialist. I advertised, it's a tough position to come by. We are not, we're required to have a media specialist, but there's no set, I mean, it doesn't have to be full-time or anything of that nature. We currently have paraeducator or associates that serve each one of the buildings that do an excellent job. So I've reached out to Prairie Lakes AEA to have them provide a media specialist that would periodically, and they're going to do it with other districts as well, but they would check in and meet the letter of the law for us. And I'm recommending that we have that agreement with them, and then moving forward can look at that for another year if that's we want to replace the position or not.
And this sharing agreement is for a year, during the year?
Yeah.
And part of that role would be like reviewing curriculum if there was ever a question of that again.
Correct.
Was that kind of that role that
Yeah.
Okay, doesn't come up.
No.
Okay.
Motion for that?
Yeah, you made one, right?
I can now.
Oh, I thought you made one.
I will make a motion that
You
we
were just asking.
do it. I was just doing, I try to give others opportunity to motion. Sharing agreement with the Prairie Lakes AEA for 1 year for a media specialist.
I will second that.
We have a motion by Bonnie, second by Michelle for the sharing agreement with Prairie Lakes for media specialists. All the votes.
Fisher,
Aye.
Fields,
Aye.
Silva,
Aye.
McConnell.
Item E, first reading revised board policy 406.2, certified employee contract release.
We've always had this policy. Advertising for employees has changed over time. It used to be the Des Moines Register was the only game in town, and it was an insane amount. It was over $1,000. Now Teach Iowa is how you advertise. Not to me that we're trying to, based on that, if the policy existed, there would be no cost at all, and not that trying to punish people for potentially resigning after their contract. But to me, there should be a little bit of somewhat of a consequence, I guess, and make you think twice about whether that's the direction you want to go. IASBO, or was it ISB that recommended? You saw this in a policy, in a memo.
Yeah, I think it was ISB. Yeah.
Suggestion, of putting a flat fee of $1,000 on there for,
We give teachers 3 weeks to decide.
Yeah,
rather than
21 days.
Once they get their contract. So this is like after that time, late in the year, maybe they
After
already
you
signed their
sign
contract and then they change their mind,
And then is it optional, like they write you a check for 1,000 or it can come out of their last paycheck? I don't know, maybe they're
It says we could deduct it from their salary if we had to, but I'd rather not. but
Okay.
We could.
So we've always had teachers have to pay to find a replacement if they leave after
Pay
contract?
advertising costs.
Pay advertising costs.
That's
but-
always been that
Oh,
way.
yeah.
Correct.
That's crazy.
But again, there hasn't been the advertising costs up to the last 5 years because it's
It's free
through Teach Iowa.
Okay.
It's just kind of rude to
Well,
leave late because it's hard to find replacements,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
Yeah.
There needs to be consequences.
So I'd recommend approve the first reading of that policy.
I make a motion to approve the first reading of policy 406.2.
I second that motion.
Motion for the first reading approval of board policy 406.2 by Michelle, second by Bonnie. Please call the vote.
Fisher,
Aye.
Silva,
Aye.
Fields,
Aye.
McConnell.
Board policy review 303.1 to 303.10.
I did not see any changes. I don't know what's going on.
I'm not proposing any changes.
We all have other duties as assigned, other duties as assigned. Yeah.
All right, I will make a motion that we approve the review of, let me look at this, board policy 303.1 to 303.10.
I will second that motion.
Motion by Bonnie, second by Michelle. Will you call the vote?
Field, Fisher,
Aye.
Fields,
Aye.
Silva,
Aye.
McConnell.
All right. Superintendent's report.
We did, we signed on with the rural schools of Iowa to go through the teacher paraeducator apprenticeship program. And that was approved. So we're a part of Cherokee is the school district that's going to be the fiscal agent for that. That's the other part of the network.
Hey, Steve, your mic is hot. You want to mute yourself, buddy? Thank you.
But it would be an opportunity for paraeducators to take classes. It's with Western Governors, is the college. But it would be, working as an associate during the day, taking classes at night, but those classes would be paid for. And I think there's even potential for bump in salary as well. So we'll be, initially we had probably half dozen that were expressed some interest in that. We'll have to go back with them now and see what the interest level is, but we were approved for that.
Is that something they just do all on their own, or do we help coordinate?
We would help coordinate it. And then similar to Scott, I just like to thank everybody for the 15 years. And the thing that I'm going to miss the most is the people. Again, there's been, every job has got its ups and downs, as Scott said, but there's been a lot of good people that I've worked with the last 15 years, and I want to thank everybody and really appreciate it. And I would say in particular, want to thank Brenda, best board secretary I've ever. I want to thank you as well.
And Steve asked if we would share a few words too. So do you mind?
Depends whether it's a roast or whether it's a.
I wish I would have thought of that. All right. On behalf of our board president, Steve, and the entire board, I want to extend our gratitude to Tim Christensen for his 15 years of service to the district, and also recognize his 30 plus years of dedication to education in Iowa and even in Nebraska. Tim has been a member of the School Administrators of Iowa. He's taught at the Iowa School Leadership Institute. He's been asked to be part of the Governor's Advisory Board. He's been involved in many committees and answered many, many questions to numerous board members over the years. The education system is a little bit like a roller coaster with ups and downs, and Tim has served as a teacher, principal, superintendent, and I know he has experienced many of those challenges and celebrations, many here at Greene County Community School District. Tim was instrumental in the merger of Jefferson, Scranton, and East Greene districts. He was involved in the many building projects in our district and continually facilitated partnerships with numerous outside organizations. Thank you for continually being a respected member in our community. We wish you the best of luck on the next part of your roller coaster ride. And most importantly, we thank you for excuse to have pie and ice cream, which everyone's invited to. So good luck, Tim.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Congrats.
Thank you.
Can I add something?
Always.
You're gonna miss the pie, aren't you?
Can I add something, please?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, that was very well stated, Bonnie, and I appreciate you doing that. You have a good way with words. But yeah, I'd like to personally thank Tim. We've not always agreed on things, but we've always come to reasonable and rational conclusions, and I've just appreciated about that in working with him. And yeah, it is about the people that you experienced, Tim. I agree, and it's been a good experience working with you and everybody on the boards that I've served on. So thank you very much for your service. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
Nice cream.
All right. Meeting adjourned.
Good job, John.
I'm going to the ice cream.